Welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. And I am your host, Conrad Cushman, and we are here today to talk about WWE's Worlds Collide. The show just went off the WWE Network. Wanted to get some people in here, hopefully that we could talk about the show with and just get people's thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts on this show. Something very different for this one. So you guys come on in, talk. We have a new setup once again. As you guys can see, I have my Twitter up above my head here. Give us a follow at EPW Show on Twitter. We have the picture of the event. Whoops, wrong way. Next to me that way. Down below here is the Everything Pro Wrestling Podcast logo. We are on Anchor.fm, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor.fm/EPW. Wherever you guys look for podcasts, type in Everything Pro Wrestling. I'm sure you'll find us somewhere. Also, if you guys are chatting in the chat box, do me a favor. Try to put some stuff up. I'm interested to see if everything works well with this. With the new setup, I'm trying to get it so that the chat box and everything else pops up here. We have a subscriber goal right now. By the end of WrestleMania, I'd like to get to 500. So by WrestleMania season, if you guys could, we got 85 days. Grind. Hey, what's going on, Everything College Basketball? Make sure we grind to get to that 500. And there it is. See, the chat's now popping up in the middle. So hopefully you guys like that. I'm trying some different things here. So we're trying to make this work. Everything College Basketball is a show hosted by Josh Burton and his brother Peyton Burton. Excellent guys. Two dudes who know their college basketball stuff. Make sure you talk to them. Shout out to my Tar Heels who won today as well. But enough of that. Let's start talking about what you guys came here to listen to. And that is the WWE's Worlds Collide special on the WWE Network. This review is going to be weird. Hey, what's going on, Connor? Connor's also in the chat. So I find it very strange how they put this show together and the reason why they put things together the way they did. All right, so let's start with, hey, don't mention that. Hey, you know how it goes, man. I got to get my shots back in. So we got on commentary. We had two different commentary teams for this. So let's start with this first. The show was aired in two parts. And it felt very odd the way they aired the show. Like, it started at one point, I think it was at noon, and then all of a sudden, it changed. So, it still felt very weird in my opinion. I didn't like it. We had Tom Phillips and Byron Saxon as the first commentary team, and then we later transitioned to Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness. I don't know. I like this show, but it was just odd the way they did it. I agree, Connor, and I'm getting into that right now a little bit. Like, I don't understand why they put this together the way they did. It felt very strange, and I don't know. It just wasn't for me. I don't know. Ugh. It just didn't work. So the winners were supposed to get, whoever wins this whole tournament between NXT, NXT UK, and 205 Live, the winner would get a title shot at any title on any of those three brands of their choosing. Cool. So that was all determined going into there. Cool, perfect. We started off the show with a 15-man battle royal. Now, this battle royal consisted of everyone who was involved. You could see everybody in the image here who was involved. We had names like Tyler Bate, Mark Andrews, the Kiwi Buzzsaw, Jordan Devlin, Zach Gibson, the Velveteen Dream, Adam Cole, Limitless Keith Lee, Shane Thorne, Dominic Dijakovic? I think I'm saying that right. Alberto Carmelo, he's a new guy to 205 Live if you're not familiar. Drew Gulak, Cedric Alexander, Tony Nese, and TJP. That's a lot of people in here. And we have some interesting people happening. Let's see what the chat is saying here. Didn't watch the show. Interested to see what happened. Oh, Everything College Basketball. I don't know if you want to be in here then, because I'm going to be talking about the show, and I don't want to give you any spoilers if you don't want to hear it. In my opinion, if they do this again, it should be done Mae Young Classic style. But see, the Mae Young Classic was done two different ways as well, Connor. So you could go back and forth on that too. But I didn't like the splitting of the show. So let me tell you from a viewership standpoint how it started. So when I originally watched the show at 12 noon, They showed a lot of the matches that were the first round brackets of the tournament. Okay, that didn't make sense. So I missed the battle royal that set up the brackets, and you've already given away the other stuff. Nah, it's good. I came here for a good show. Well, that's what you're gonna get. Everything college basketball. I appreciate that. Um, so we missed the battle royal completely, and I'm not gonna review it in this order either. I'm gonna try and go in order so everything makes sense for you guys. Um, so afterwards, we get into all of this. The battle royal wasn't shown, first round is shown, and then they even get into some of the like quarterfinal stuff, and I was just like, huh, why would you do stuff in that order? Made no sense to me already going in. Yeah, I just didn't like the way they set this up. If you would have set this up a different way, I think I would have enjoyed it way more and paid a lot more attention to all of the matches and stayed fully focused on them. Let's start off with the way I saw it. And we're going to try and go in order, like I said, so it makes sense to you guys. So we had a 15-man battle royal. The 15-man battle royal determined who got a bye out of the first round, but the order of elimination would determine how the tournaments were seeded. It'll make sense momentarily. In the end, Jordan Devlin gets the victory, and I believe he eliminated the Velveteen Dream last. So, pretty cool right here. Velveteen Dream makes it till the end, and everyone's thinking Velveteen Dream's going to win this. Jordan Devlin from NXT UK picks up the win. I've been very impressed with him since he had a great match with Pete Dunne on NXT UK. Big thumbs up to that guy. Really appreciate him. And I think he's got a lot of good work going for him right now. Also, we had the opening match for this contest, which was Mark Andrews representing NXT UK versus Drew Gulak of 205 Live. And I'm sorry if I'm looking down, but there's a lot of notes that I got to look at for this. So in this match, we had a high flyer and a technical wrestler both going at it all at the same time. Gulak did an excellent job of being a technical wrestler throughout, and he put his focus all in on different body parts throughout the match. Cool. And I laugh out loud at the fan who yelled Drew Gulak didn't pay his taxes. And Drew Gulak said, I paid my taxes. What are you talking about? So just a little funny moment that they got to interact with the crowd that you don't see on a normal WWE show. In the end, Drew Gulak ends up winning with a roll-up. I gave this a C+ grade. Like I said, some of these matches were really short, and you really couldn't get too deep into them, so don't think that the grade hurts it. It just kind of tells you where it like lies within the rounds if it's in. C+ for that. Match 2, we had the Kiwi Buzzsaw Travis Banks from NXT UK versus Limitless Keith Lee. First thing I noticed, they brought up how Banks' leg was injured in the Battle Royal by Mr. Jordan Devlin. Devlin ended up going to the outside, stomping his leg, the same leg that's been injured for like, it feels like a month on NXT UK. So that's what he ended up working on. Keith Lee comes out basking in his glory as usual, but Keith Lee has a new theme song, and it sounds like he's on there talking on the theme song, so that's pretty cool. Connor says, I got to like Travis Banks. Yes, he's a very good wrestler if you've never seen him wrestle before. Excellent. As I was saying, Keith Lee, so he has a new theme song. He's singing on it. I like it. Pretty cool to see it. Now, in this match, we end up seeing Travis Banks. He goes for his finisher, but remember, he played off of his leg the entire time from his entrance all the way into the ring. He goes for his Kiwi Buzzsaw kick off the second rope where he turns backwards and kicks you in the face. He gets caught by Keith Lee. Keith Lee throws him on the shoulders, hits him with the finisher, the Supernova. 1, 2, 3. Keith Lee's moving on. It was a C match, but they were trying to tell a story with the injured leg. Meh, not too bad. Also, match number 3, we had Adam Cole representing NXT, baby, versus Shane Thorne. That's right, Shane Thorne was in this. He was kind of quiet, someone who you really didn't see, but it's cool to see Shane Thorne get this spot since his tag team partner has left NXT. Nick Miller is gone. I don't know what Nick Miller had to do or why he had to leave, but hopefully Shane Thorne gets a chance and he figures out a way to make this work for him. Back to the match. This was a decent match as well. Pretty good. It ended with a sweet combo of a super kick into a Shining Wizard. Adam Cole, baby, did an excellent job with this. Grade B- for this match. You're not missing too much, but there's a lot of action in between that I can't really get into or explain the story to. So, like I said, good match for the first round. Match number 4, TJP from 205 Live versus Dominik Dijakovic. Now, he's from NXT. A good showing for TJP here. They actually made TJP look very strong in this match and the Battle Royal once you get to see that. So, remember, I saw this match first, though, in the initial viewing. TJP looked really good in this match. He had a lot of offense, more than I thought they were going to let him get. You know, you would assume that Dijakovic is their favorite star and the person who they're going to put a lot of oomph behind because he's tall, he's got a physique, he can move in the ring, he's athletic. But they let TJP do a lot. He got great heel heat throughout this. TJP was probably, in my opinion, one of the most hated guys on this card, easily. And I don't know why everyone hates TJP. If people in the chat could explain it to me, I would love to know. TJP falls, though, to the Feast Your Eyes, which is kind of like a torture rack position. He has you up, and then once he goes to dump you over, he knees you right in the face. Kind of a GTS reverse, but the Feast Your Eyes, 1, 2, 3, and Dijakovic is moving on. C+ match. Next, the match of the first round, in my opinion, was right here. Cedric Alexander from 205 Live versus Tyler Bate. Holy shit, was this a good match. We saw a new attire for Cedric Alexander. He came out wearing tights for once instead of the trunks he usually wears. And whatever, different look for him. Fun match. These two have great chemistry. I would like to see these two mix it up once again. And I do have in the notes here, good chemistry. Both guys deserve to be on the main roster for their work. Excellent. These guys put on lots of near falls and did a great job. It's TJ's theme. Everyone hates his theme. I like his theme. I don't mind TJP. Maybe I'm just a weirdo. I don't know. I like TJP, Connor. Back to this match, though, for match 5 in the first round. Fun match, dude. So many great moments here. So many near falls. A great Michinoku driver from Cedric Alexander. You just saw them bust out so many moves in this and near falls. It was great. But the Tyler Driver 97 was too much. 1, 2, 3. Tyler Bate is your winner, and he moves on to the next round. I gave that a B. That was an excellent match. Very good. Now we move on to the next match. We have Tony Nese from 205 Live versus the Velveteen Dream. Really good match. They had some back and forth action here. Velveteen Dream was over just based on his character persona. I think Tony Nese is someone who's very underrated in WWE as well. He puts on good matches, but I always feel like when I watch him, he's on the losing end. I just don't get it, dude. So in the end, though, the Velveteen Dream wins with the Dream Driver, the up on the top, and then he rolls over on top of you. 1, 2, 3, C+. Decent match, really good, solid work from both guys here. I like it. Now, this other match was not shown to me, so I thought it was weird because I saw the quarterfinals match with this guy in it before I saw the first round match with him, so I didn't know he was in the tournament. Uberto Carlillo, I think that's not Carrillo. We're going to say Uberto Carlillo. I've only seen him wrestle 2 or 3 times so far, and I've been impressed each time with him. This kid is amazing. I've seen him on NXT and 205 Live, and I like the integration between the brands. Maybe we should see more of that, but he's here, and he's facing Zach Gibson in this match. Very interesting. He hits kind of like a finisher where he's on the top rope, and he kind of lands on the guy. It's weird. But check it out. Zach Gibson ends up taking the loss here despite being the NXT Tag Team Champion. I don't think that it hurt him too bad. I gave it a grade of a C. I think I was also a little bit salty that I knew who won this match before it was even shown if I watched earlier. So stupid. And I hear you guys. We're going to right here showing the chat some love because I see a lot of Velveteen Dream yelling. Fan of Cedric since the CWC tourney. Love it, boys. Absolutely love it. Yeah, great C for this match. Now, let's get into what we have now for the quarterfinals. Now, I wrote this down. So from what I saw originally, we had 205 Live with 1 win, NXT UK with 1 win, and NXT owned all of this. So it seemed like the NXT guys were put over more than anyone else on this. And I kind of ranked them in the end, like who went where. Like I thought NXT felt the most important, NXT UK was second most important, and 205 Live was dead last. And I felt bad for them. So let's start with the quarterfinals. We had Keith Lee from NXT versus Adam Cole. Decent match. These guys didn't get a lot of time, though. Not enough time for us to see what they'd be able to do if there was a feud or a real match going on. And I felt like some of the matches they held back a little bit. So we had Keith Lee from NXT, Adam Cole. They played off of Keith Lee being really banged up from all of his matches in the Battle Royal. But in the end, Keith Lee ate a bunch of super kicks. Like, he was down on his knees. He ate a couple of them. And then Adam Cole bounced off the ropes. Shining Wizard. 1, 2, 3. I gave it a grade of a C. Solid match, but I still expected more from both of these guys. Not that it's a bad thing. I'm sure we'll see it one day on NXT. But for right now, I expected a little bit more out of them. We get back to Dominik Dijakovic versus Tyler Bate. This was like a tall versus small match. The David versus Goliath. I know you guys are tired of hearing that because of the Finn Balor Brock Lesnar stuff. But that's exactly what we got here. Tall versus short match. The athletics impressed me by both gentlemen in this. We all know Tyler Bate is a strong MFer. That guy does not play around, but Dijakovic was really athletic in this match, rolling around all over the ring. He did a lot of stuff here, and I was very impressed by him and everything else that he did. So he came in, did his thing, but in the end, he fell victim to the Tyler Driver 97. I never thought I would see it. 1, 2, 3. Tyler Bate moves on to the next round, the semifinals. Pardon me there. So after that, we get the Velveteen Dream from NXT versus Humberto Carrillo. Now, that's the problem. So this was the first match where I saw him in, and I'm like, yo, where did this dude come from? Did he win a match? Was he in this tournament? I didn't know that until I saw this. So in this match, though, I put Carrillo had a tremendous effort and talent throughout this match. I'm telling you, there's something about this kid that's really good. He has shown a lot of like superstar traits that I like. Even on his arm drags, him jumping off the top rope. This dude is WWE made, and I think the 205 Live brand is perfect for him. So in the end, Dream wins with the rolling Dream Driver, I guess it's called, the Death Valley Driver, where he rolls over. He picks up the win. I give it a grade of a C+ for that match. One not to sleep on. It was probably like a few minutes away from being a B-. Really good, but they had to get on to the show and move on to the next match. Now, we get to our next match here, which was Drew Gulak versus Jordan Devlin. Another good technical masterpiece. And this is where the show started off for me once I started watching back again at 8 o'clock. So this came back on. We get another good technical match. I wasn't sure how the styles would mesh between the two. There was a lot of stuff going on here. And they did what they could. And with this match, I was very, very impressed at Jordan Devlin's look to feel like he's a star. Jordan Devlin looks like a big deal, and he talks like he's a big deal, and I really appreciate that while he's in the ring. It's something you don't see too often from NXT UK or guys in general today. He's jawing with the fans. You can hear everything he's saying, and it wasn't like he was talking too much, but he was talking with a purpose, unlike sometimes what we see on the main roster. Yeah, this was another solid match. I gave it a C+. Devlin ended up picking up the victory. Not a bad match. Let's get to the semifinals, though. This is where business picked up. Make sure y'all hit that fabulous like button for Conrad. Thank you, Everything College Basketball. I appreciate that. I'm sure we'll get some viewers on this later on. I know a lot of people didn't even know that this show existed today. I heard about it. I don't know how everyone else feels, but I had some people in the Everything Pro Wrestling Facebook group who weren't sure if this was even happening or what this was today. Had to explain it to them earlier at noon. The first semifinals match, we had Adam Cole versus Tyler Bate. They started bringing up that Adam Cole's probably upset that his team lost the NXT tag titles to the War Raiders. I appreciate the announcers coming in, taking over. And this is when the announce team switched, actually, as well. I had high expectations going into this match, and did they deliver? We had a really good match between these two here. This was something that you can. Yes, I am watching Halftime Heat tomorrow, Connor. Um, and I may try to get on and do a quick review if I have time. We'll see how that's going to work out. I may even do it on Twitter. That may be the time where I could use the Twitter live option for a second and go live while I'm watching that match. So this was a really good match. Here's the only problem I had with this. I love the wrestling throughout it. I love the back and forth. I love the near falls in the beginning. But there was one near fall at the end. It was supposed to be the near fall that made you think that this guy won. And the damn announcers ruined it again. I hate when they say, that's it. It's over. He's moving on to the next round. And you know the guy's going to kick out, dude. Why would you do that? I hate when they do that. Like, WWE announcers don't. You either have to tease it and let it be over a few times, or you can't say that all the time. Heard about it, but was sidetracked watching basketball and forgot. Hey, that's all right, man. You guys have to cover your basketball on Saturdays, too. That's tough life. Anyway, back to this match. The winner was Tyler Bate. He hit the Tyler driver on Adam Cole. I was kind of shocked that Tyler Bate was the one moving on to the finals here. But I think you had to make NXT UK look strong. You couldn't keep having the NXT guys win. Adam Cole taking the loss does nothing bad for him here. It was a good match, minus that one little complaint that I have that I know the announcers probably didn't mean to do, but it gave it away to me. Grade B-. Absolutely enjoyed that match. One of the better ones on this card, though. Next, Jordan Devlin versus the Velveteen Dream here. Dream enters this match with injured ribs. They've been going over this since the Battle Royal. He's been just having his ribs worked on throughout the night. The Velveteen Dream comes out with him taped up. He's ready to go, though. The Dream enters the match with the injured ribs. They go back and forth. Devlin does a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like backstabbers, backbreakers. He's trying to make sure that Velveteen Dream can't breathe, bear hugging him, punching him in the ribs. And Dream is struggling in this one. But in the end, a purple Rainmaker off the top ropes enough to put Jordan Devlin away. 1, 2, 3. The Velveteen Dream wins again. And I love throughout this that guys who wear like different attires, like the Velveteen Dream, even Adam Cole, they were changing their gear throughout each round. And I absolutely love that. Velveteen Dream taping up the ribs also reminded me of Bret the Hitman Hart, King of the Ring 1993. Might save that for a retro review for the podcast eventually, so I won't go too deep into it, but absolutely loved it. Very cool stuff here. Gave that match a B- as well. I thought those semifinal matches really delivered. I thought they did a good job with those. And here we go. We had another match that I gave a lot of credit to, and it's the finals. It was Tyler Bate versus the Velveteen Dream here. This match had good balance, good back and forth. We saw even some pretty cool, I don't know what to call it, where they kind of like hit the guy, goes into another move, hits the guy, another move. They did a spot where the Velveteen Dream basically was fighting Tyler Bate. They're slugging it out back and forth. And you know how Tyler Bate does the bot where he puts his hand up, the guy looks up, and then he punches him with the other hand, kind of like. So he's going for that. And instead, the Dream knows it's coming, so he covers his face. But what did he leave open? His injured ribs. And Tyler Bate bops him right in the side of those ribs. Looked like a horrible spot. Dream comes back off the ropes, knocks down Tyler Bate, and Tyler Bate then bounces off the ropes, hits him with that heel kick to his head. The Dream bounces off the ropes while he's down on the ground, rolls him into the rolling Dream driver. Boom. He goes down, and then just an awesome spot. 1, 2, kick out. I thought that the near fall sounded really close on that one, so good fun. There was also a nasty spot here too. So Tyler Bate eventually gets Dream down on the ground. He's working the ribs and stuff. He's like, well, what can I do? He gets him into a Boston Crab, but instead of putting like his knee on the back or sitting on his back, he puts his foot on his neck so that he can't move too much. And the Dream eventually gets out of it by pushing away his foot and fighting out of it. But very cool spot. I thought it looked real brutal when you're watching that. Now we get into him going for the Tyler driver. It's not working. The Velveteen Dream goes for the Tyler driver. Tyler Bate reverses it, rolls him up. 1, 2, kick out by the Velveteen Dream, and another very close near fall. It's got your blood going. You don't know what's going to happen. Eventually, Tyler Bate winds up on the top rope, and he's looking like he's going for the Tyler driver off the top rope. And the Velveteen Dream sees it, and he ends up taking a pretty nasty fall on the side of his hip from getting flipped over off the top rope. The Velveteen Dream goes up to the top. Purple Rainmaker off the top. 1, 2, 3. Really good match, guys. Overall, I gave that a B for that match. I'm not going to put any of these in the description. I'm going to make everybody kind of watch the video to hear all these because I'm not writing down all those scores. B for that match. So, what does that mean? The Velveteen Dream has now earned himself a title shot at the Cruiserweight title, potentially. He could go after the NXT title, the NXT North American Championship, or the NXT Tag Team titles. He could go after the UK Championship or the UK Tag titles. What's he going to choose is the question. The Velveteen Dream has a lot of options at this point, and I have not read any of the spoilers. I have seen one of them. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody because that's something that we could talk about later. But what do you guys think is going to happen with the Velveteen Dream going forward? I look forward to hearing from you guys. Overall, though, I thought this show was a B- show. It was great for the action that's in it, but here's my complaint. My one complaint about this, and it goes back to the beginning. How you showed this event made no sense. I think that you have to tell it in chronological order, the times that it happened and everything else for it to make sense. You should have shown the Battle Royal in the first round matches all at the earlier time slot and then came back later maybe for the semifinals matches. Whatever you had to do. It just didn't make sense how they lined up this tournament. I didn't like that. Uh-oh. Yes. Yes, don't say anything, everything college basketball. I'm trying to keep that out of here just so nobody gets it ruined for them. But just didn't like the order of it. But if you guys like good pro wrestling, if you're all about the in-ring action, I would highly recommend then you go back and check out this tournament. A lot of these matches reminded me of the classic old school WCW television title matches. You got a limited amount of time, go in there and tear it up. And I thought these guys did an excellent job with that. And I absolutely love all three of these brands. I think they really put on good in-ring action, and I wish more people checked out the stuff. Like I said, overall grade a B-. Guys, if you stuck with me this long to listen to this review, do me a favor. Make sure you hit the like button. If you are new to the channel, do me a favor and make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Subscribe down below. Like I said, guys, I'm trying some new stuff here. Hopefully you like the new layout and everything else. I would love to get that subscriber goal filled. So if you're new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe so that way you guys can get all the live content. All my videos are live. I come on here. I don't care about the mistakes. We're talking pro wrestling. And that's it. Everything college basketball. Would you ask me, when are you going to come on the show again? Maybe soon. You guys let me know when you guys need another guest on there and I could possibly come back on. I'm doing a lot of side projects right now. If you guys follow me, you'll see some of them coming up. Some of them are with people who I've never worked with before, and I've got other things that I'm trying to work on at this point, and I'm hoping it all works out for us. We're trying to do big things with everything pro wrestling, guys. It's a dream of mine to make sure that you guys have good content, and I'm trying to step it up as much as I can. But I need your help, guys. So make sure we get some more subscribers. If you know anybody who loves wrestling, direct them to the channel and send them to the podcast. We're doing great numbers on the podcast, too. So, guys, this is all that I have for tonight. Everything College Basketball and Connor, thank you guys for joining me live. I appreciate you guys commenting in the chat. Absolutely appreciate it. And if you check this out afterwards, I appreciate you, too. And we are out, guys. And we should be back on Monday night for a Monday Night Raw review. Peace.